Hey, it's Scotty. I am just answering some emails right now, and I want to do just a quick, simple, no frills, no editing video because I was talking to Kay and I get this question a lot, or it's not even really a question, it's more people tell me that they had some piggies that they had to separate, usually due to an illness or something like that. In this case, it was at the direction of their vet. And I hear this so much. Either there's a respiratory infection or maybe there's an injury or something. There's something that requires treatment and the vet says, let's separate them for the course of the treatment. And when they try to put the piggies back together, the piggies fight and the bond is broken. So a couple things on that. I just basically say, don't separate your piggies. And you say, but a respiratory infection is contagious. That's true. They say, but a ringworm is contagious. That's true. But both of those, first of all, they're easily treated. Second of all, by the time you notice a respiratory infection, the chances are they've both been exposed to it. Same thing with ringworm. But these are so easily treated that it's just not one of those things where the risk of separating them and having the bonds break is way higher than the payoff for separating them, because you could separate them and still they both might end up getting sick, or you could not separate them and they won't get sick, the other one won't get sick. But the fact is, if it's a respiratory illness, guinea pigs hide their illness. By the time you see that your guinea pig maybe is sneezing or maybe has other signs like crusty eyes, or if it's ringworm or mange or something like that, by the time you notice these symptoms, they've already been exposed to each other. And when it comes to antibiotics, what do they normally say? After 24 hours on antibiotics, your guinea pigs or people or anybody is no longer contagious. But even if they were, treat each individual if they show signs of illness. But separating them in so many cases can cause a loss of trust and a permanent bond being broken. And that's especially true with boys. With girls, maybe it's a lot easier for you to put them back together. Hi, Gary. Gary's roaming the halls. But so I just wanted to put that out there, that really there's almost no situation where you want to separate your piggies. And in fact, if you have to go to the vet, or if you have to go to somewhere, like say you're taking your piggies to the vet for a day or a health check or anything like that, take them both along. Get a large pet shop cage, one of these cages that we would definitely not recommend your piggies live in, but get a large cage. Those carriers tend to be kind of stuffy. They're okay for short trips. A huge cat carrier can fit 2 piggies comfortably for an afternoon, but for a longer term trip or just in general, you put some bedding in these large pet shop cages and your piggies will be very comfortable. You can hook a water bottle, they're big enough for a food bowl and some hay and stuff like that, and you just bring your piggies, whoever lives together, bring them all along. If it's really hot in the summer, you can take a frozen water bottle, put it in a sock. That will keep them cool. And of course, you want to blast the AC. If you don't have AC in your car, then keeping the window down and having multiple frozen water bottles is essential. But you also might think, how can I do this? Can I have an early appointment so that before it starts getting really hot, you take them and then you leave them in the vet in the waiting room or something where there is air conditioning. Guinea pigs can suffer heat stroke really easy, especially in direct sun, if it doesn't feel that hot to you, if there's not good airflow. So it's just something to consider. But I would say keep your piggies together, even if that means taking them both along to the vet. Many vets, they know a lot about biology, they know a lot about treating illness, but they may not necessarily know as much about guinea pig behavior, about especially boy bonds, and they're very well meaning, but when they say to separate these guinea pigs, especially for a short-term illness where they both may end up having it already, it's just not the best option. So I definitely love the vets. I have an extensive vet list on my website. There's always a link right here. So right down here, you will see my guinea pig care guide, and you will see subscribe right here. But if you click on the care guide, that takes you to my website. And of course, here I've got a playlist for other common illnesses. So I hope you'll take the time to check those out. And until next time, thanks for watching.